Hello everyone. Thank you for joining us again for another special Bedtime Stories with Rebekah Raye, and I am so happy to be sharing a book that I had the privilege and opportunity to illustrate. We're here in our little East Blue Hill Library in East Blue Hill, Maine, and I hope you're all curled up in your quilts and you've got your special critters around you, or people you love. And it's a special night because it's almost springtime. And you know it's spring when you first start hearing the special little peepers and the wood frogs in the woods right as the sun goes down. And I thought this would be a special book to get you in the mood to start looking for those little critters. And my friend Kimberly Ridley wrote this story, and I, Rebekah Raye, illustrated it. It is called The Secret Pool. I want you to notice the in paper colors, trying to get you in the mood for the colors of A Secret Pool. The Secret Pool by Kimberly Ridley, illustrated by Rebekah Raye. And this page is a spread and no words. But this was so much fun to paint because I got to learn about wood frogs and yellow-spotted salamanders, a bird that is cousins to a great blue heron called a bittern, robin babies, and a robin coming with a little creature to feed the babies, skunks, raccoon babies, a deer eating the grasses that are the first to come around the vernal pool, a little saw-whet owl. You may see rabbits coming to eat along the edges of the vernal pool, and you might get lucky and see wood ducks and ducklings. Ribbon snakes hang out at vernal pools. You might see the blue flag irises and some very rare turtles like the landing turtle and the little peeper with his throat all swollen, full of air to make the incredible sounds of the and the yellow spotted. All these creatures come out in the spring. So welcome to vernal pool. A shimmer, a twinkling. Do you have any inkling of what I am? Even if you are lucky enough to find me shining on the forest floor on an early spring day, you might mistake me for a puddle, which I most certainly am not. I'm a watery jewel called a vernal pool. I sparkle, but that's not the only reason I'm precious. Many creatures of the forest depend on me. Some come to lay their eggs, and others visit me to feed or to rest. Listen, here comes my first guest. Now, you'll see in this book special words called sidebars, and they're full of information about what a vernal pool is and the creatures that live in them. But I'm going to read you the verse that she did, and you could always check this book out and read those sidebars. You might hear my first spring visitors. They sound like ducks. But guess again. Come closer, and all you see are old brown leaves. Wait, one of the leaves is moving. Aha, it's a wood frog. The males all float on the surface and call loudly, looking for mates. Their song is not sweet, but it breaks the winter's silence. Rainy spring nights are what spotted salamanders like. The wetter the better for slithering through the forest from their underground lairs. Shiny black with yellow polka dots on their backs, they slip into the water and begin to dance. Slowly, silently they swirl. No stars tonight, for my water whirls with tiny yellow moons. In the corners, you will see little salamanders that are females. The females watch as the males circle and dance. And if a female likes a particular dancer, she will follow him to lay her eggs. Other creatures laid their eggs in me like dark little dots, almost too small to see. But when they can hatch, kaboom! I am filled with jazzy orange fairy shrimp. Slim and frilly, they swim willy-nilly upside down, tickling me with their feathery feet. They have 11 pairs of legs, and they breathe through the very tip of them. There's the eggs. They're wonderful to see in a vernal pool. Look for them. They're very small, but they're so pretty as you see them floating around and hiding under the leaves during the day. Gone are the salamanders along with the frogs. They return to dry land in their mossy bogs. But what have they left behind? Hundreds of slippery, slimy surprise packages. Now I'm lumpy and bumpy with clumps of their eggs. When you look after the songs of the frogs, you'll see big piles of floating eggs. The ones that are attached to the sticks, like in clumps, are wood frog eggs. The ones that are in long lines are the yellow spotted salamander's eggs. And if you looked for the other long slimy ones that are really kind of droopy and drippy, they are the blue spotted salamanders, which are special to find. The little eggs that attach separately onto the sticks are called the peeper's eggs. And the ones that look like a chain ribbon are the toad's eggs. Jiggling and wriggling, something big is happening. Wood frog tadpoles burst from their bubbly eggs. They squiggle free and eat algae and other tasty treats that grow on my leafy floor. And you'll see that I added some other animals and birds. The little gray squirrel's taking a rest, eating an acorn because the leaves usually in a vernal pool are from the oak tree. And there's a red-winged blackbird. There's plenty of insects around the vernal pool. There's plenty to eat. And there's the mother deer and her baby eating those first new grasses. Baby salamanders stalk their prey at night, just like their parents. They shun the light, not even a bit of flashlight. They're tiny, but ferocious. They will eat anything little that moves, including each other. Look out! The good thing about this is those mosquito larvae, those little tiny little eggs and larvae that hatch. You want those salamanders and frogs to eat them up. And there's a water flea right here and a water beetle. I just love them. Kerplunk, kerplunk! A hungry bullfrog is on the hunt. Tadpoles scatter in every direction except the ones he catches for lunch. Well, if you're in a vernal pool area, you may hear the bullfrog singing, and if you see one in the vernal pool, he will try to eat everything he sees. Salamanders, tadpoles, everything in a vernal pool. He can't help himself. Not the birds, of course, and not the squirrels, but there's, as I said, plenty of insects near the vernal pool, and acorns from the oak trees. By summer, my waters wiggle with lots of creatures, sprouting all kinds of dandy new features. They must grow legs and lungs before it's too late. Even then, the chances they'll make it aren't always so great. Hurry up, hurry up. In the summertime, the sun will evaporate and dry up the vernal pools, and they need water to grow their legs and their lungs. As you can see, some tadpoles are just barely there with it. Some are growing their legs and their tails are disappearing. They look almost like a frog. And there's one completely without his tail, all ready to go back to the woods. My work this year is nearly done, and I'm disappearing with the summer sun. I'm shrinking and sinking into the earth, but I still feel hungry. Creatures lurking around. Here's a spotted turtle, a very, very rare turtle, who's finding food in just a tiny bit of water and mud because some of the tadpoles didn't get their tails and feet and lungs ready. So it's all right if they become food for other animals. And there's the ribbon snake I was telling you about. And you might even see a great blue heron walking in the woods. What a funny sight that would be, to see a great blue heron in the woods. Know that it's looking for a vernal pool where there's plenty of food. A whisper of wet is all that I am. A small muddy patch on the frosty land. Trees drop their leaves and cover me up. You might think I've disappeared, but don't worry. I'm just getting ready for next year. And you'll see the yellow spotted salamander hiding under the leaves. They also like to go in old logs and sticks. And this is a tick. Wood frogs love to eat ticks. So we want to make sure to protect the lands so the wood frogs will eat up all the ticks. And crickets, there's plenty of food. I've shown you my secrets, and now I must go. It's time to make more life from leaves, rain, and snow. And there's the wood duck looking down below, and you see all the secrets of the vernal pool and the mama duck and other creatures. In the back of the book is a glossary of definitions for all the words that are used in the book. So I wanted to make a painting for the glossary of these words. And this is a picture of the vernal pool in the wintertime. You'd never know that's a vernal pool under the snow. Little tree frogs and wood frogs will go and bury themselves beneath the leaves and the frost and the snow and turn into frogsicles and still be considered alive. And they will sleep like this all through the winter and wake up in the spring ready to go. Their little heart stops beating. And you'll see the coyotes. There's the owl. What else you might see in this picture? There's the woodpecker hole from the tree. I'll show you. And it's the very same scene, except this is springtime. Thank you all for joining us tonight. And I hope you will sleep good and dream about these sweet peepers or hear them soon. And when your window is open, sleep tight, sweet dreams, and good night.